deal with airplane peanuts.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about feeling alcohol.
Okay.
You haven't had any yet?
I haven't had any.
No, really?
We're up. All right, here it is.
I
Cheers.
haven't had any.
Cheers. No alcohol to now.
31 days.
Gentlemen, we fucking did it.
21-year-old
Yes.
woman.
To all you out there, too, did it with us. Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wait a second. Why did Joe only mention no alcohol? Last week I was making a video on Shafir's new stand-up special, which led me to watch his most recent episode of Tuesdays with Stories. During this podcast appearance, he told the whole story of going to see Roger Waters with Joe Rogan live in Austin and the religious exemption deal that was granted to Ari during Sober October.
We gotta burn 500 calories a day in one sitting.
Ooh, aye.
And we gotta do 100 push-ups. And I'm like, guys, what can you do for me? I gotta have a religious exemption for this. So I asked for an exemption from the guys, and they said if you add 100 sit-ups a day, then you can get a one-day, one-time exemption.
That's totally
Wow.
worth it.
Yeah,
And a little unfair. I don't feel like you did Sober October, let's be honest.
with one day off, but I didn't couple it with any alcohol, with weed. I just had a religious scroll.
Ari finding some way into a psychedelic exemption for this concert is the least bit surprising. He notoriously hates Sober October, even drugged a guy once in protest of the month. But Joe Rogan, on the other hand, the guy who's always talking about how seriously he takes competitions and how important Sober October is for you, he would never take a cheat day during such a holy month.
So who's going to the concert?
Me, Rogan, Tony's girlfriend, 2 security guards. Duncan said he's got tickets from the drummer from Pink Floyd. I don't know how he found tickets.
Of course he knows the Pink Floyd
Yeah,
drummer.
Wow.
Of course, right? Of
That's
course.
great.
Jamie was going.
J-Mo!
I didn't know, and so I'm like, I got 6 hits of acid. I'm like, Tony, you doing it? No one else would touch it. I told Rogan, I'm like, hey, I got 6 exemptions, quote unquote. And he goes, sweet. And then I get there and I'm like, here's your acid. He goes, fuck that. Where'd you find this? And I'm like, I found it. He goes, no fucking way am I touching that. I'm like, what'd you think I meant by exemptions? He's like, I thought it meant weed.
These are these guys who are just like, they act cool, but they're these nerds that don't do acid in their 50s. You know what I mean?
The only other man in that car who would touch the acid was Tony Hinchcliffe's
Wait.
girlfriend.
No Duncan?
No, we weren't with Duncan.
Oh,
He went
sorry.
in main gate, I guess. I don't know.
So do you guys have these VIP seats and everything?
So in the car, Rogan took his exemption. I don't want to rat on him, but a little doopy doop.
Oh.
Yeah, he had to add an extra 500 calories a day, or he was like, we could do an extra 100 push-ups. I'm like, I can't even do 100 push-ups as it is.
Right.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
You could spread them out.
Oh, I do.
I'm honestly very surprised this didn't come up at all during the Sober October recap episode. The extra workouts and exercise these guys had to do in exchange for getting fucked up to see a legendary concert, totally fair, more than understandable, but you gotta let the people know. I mean, it kind of seems like they were trying to get away with this one. And also Bert and Tom, I'd expect them to bring that up during the recap episode, unless they had some exemptions that we also don't know about. No one believes that Bert was able to do this in the first place. The fact that he wasn't mad that Joe and Ari both had a day that they weren't sober and didn't bring that up on the national scale on the recap episode, that doesn't sit well with me. Also, I think the weed exemption is a little bit different than the acid exemption, for a few reasons. Mostly being Joe said a lot that weed's part of his daily routine, that he's really jonesing for all of October, that he didn't expect to miss it and crave it this much. Acid seems way less common in Ari's life. It's not like he's doing that every day like Joe's smoking every day. He's not on October 8th being like, oh fuck, dude, I really miss my daily tab right now.
All right, so you're on acid.
So
with
I took the acid in the car,
girlfriend.
went in. Me and Tony's girlfriend did it. He's like, I don't know, it's not the right time. Like, there's no better time.
Yes.
This is the right time.
Ooh, mother, should I build the wall?
Yeah.
Also, before we move on, welcome back to the Joke World Comedy Update. Every single week, bringing you all the important information from your favorite comedians, your favorite podcasts, literally the entire comedy world, all wrapped up for you in one place. Today's Tuesday, November 15th. Usually these come out every single Monday, so please do me a favor and subscribe to Joke World right now. Go follow us on Instagram and go download this episode on Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts, to support the show. Thank you. If you follow any of the New York comedians on Instagram, then you've definitely seen some footage from Mark Norman's wedding this past weekend in New Orleans. Last week, we talked about part 1 of his We Might Be Drunk Bachelor Party podcast episodes. Part 2 came out last night and already has over 100,000 views. Some of the people it features is Joe DeRosa, Shane Gillis, Dave Attell, and many more.
Now, it's hard for you to break away. You live in deep Jersey. You got a wife and kids.
I have wife, one kid, another one on the way.
Oh,
You're
November.
living his life. This is
know,
where he's
it's
headed.
soon.
Jersey. Go ahead. Tell him about setting up a trampoline.
Yeah, you built
Where in Jersey do you live?
Burton County.
There I go again, trying to get laughed off the other comic. There I go again.
Easy.
Someone had to be urban in here. Let's talk about the price of parking. How much more time do we have on this never-ending podcast?
This is what everyone in the Midwest wants to hear about New York parking.
Yeah, poor us.
Go check out part 2 on the We Might Be Drunk YouTube channel after this video, and congratulations to the happy couple. Apparently, there's some major backlash going on right now because Dave Chappelle hosted SNL last weekend. Who could have seen that coming? The funny thing about this is it feels like we're all being told that there's all this backlash and controversy surrounding the Dave Chappelle SNL appearance, but I don't see where any of this is actually happening in real life. Like, I don't know who's actually mad about any of this. It's almost like all the major media outlets just wrote their story about the Dave Chappelle controversy before he even hosted SNL, and then just filled in the reasons that they're mad after the fact, like woke Mad Libs. Obviously, Dave Chappelle is going to be fine. He's a legend, and as a fan, I just want to say I appreciate him still even accepting gigs like this. Like, he has nothing to gain from hosting SNL. He's already way bigger than them. Only things that are going to happen are negative stories like this, but he's still willing to go out there, do it, put himself out there for us, for the fans, for himself, to get his message out. I don't know why. Probably a lot of reasons, but I appreciate that he's still willing to do this, even though, like I said, he has nothing to gain from SNL. Guest spots from last week: Your Mom's House had on Bobby Kelly. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Neil Brennan, no Tom. Flagrant had on Stylebender. Whiskey Ginger talked with Blake Anderson. And Kill Tony had on Tim Dillon.
You told us that you got a moped. Is this true?
Yes, I got a moped like a true Asian.
That is incredible. I always wondered how you were going to die. Now I know. That's very exciting. Have you had any trouble with it yet?
I've had trouble picking up chicks. It's hard to fit them on there. I had an e-bike before, and now I have a moped, so I think it's an upgrade, technically.
Okay.
I returned.
And when you say you're into bigger chicks, Hans, are we talking about like our guest here tonight?
First of all, I love Ali Wong. Thank you for coming.
And what are you dressed as exactly here?
I'm Max from Where the Wild Things Are.
That's adorable.
Thank you.
I don't think I know what that is.
Yeah, you do.
It's a children's book. I mean,
They should not sell that costume to adults.
Yeah.
Like the FBI should have taken your phone number when you bought that.
This past weekend was Dana Carvey. Tiger Belly did not have a guest. The Joe Rogan Experience had on Graham Hancock and Randall Carlson. Very trippy conversation there. We Might Be Drunk is the Bachelor Party Part 2. Neil Brennan was also on Are You Garbage? Bobby Lee was on Impulsive. And Ari Shaffir was the guest on The Tim Dillon Show. Some brand new comedy specials are out right now. Neil Brennan was on all those podcasts last week to promote his new special titled Blocks. That's on Netflix, and according to their description, from a weird relationship humans have with dogs to how dating a model is like owning a dune buggy, Neil Brennan muses on his life in this stand-up special.
I can never open a Patreon. That's what sucks.
Yeah, no, we started when we were poor, and now it's,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, now, but you'll always be poor to people, and
Sure.
I'll always be rich to people. Because when they met me, they're like, this fucking guy, even though they don't know.
Yeah, you're walking around wearing pink. What are they going to
I'm
think?
wearing pink shirts, so right there.
Right there.
What do you got on you? Like $2-3 grand? What do you carry with
I
you?
usually like to carry a lot of cash.
Really?
Don't be telling people that.
Go ahead and come rob me.
You want to be a hero? Make a move. Let's go.
I think I'm afraid to get these
I'm
hands
pretty
dirty.
to quote Brian Cowan, I'll keep you busy.
That's all right.
Other specials out right now: Kurt Branhall, Perfectly Stupid. That description reads: an hour-long comedy special that delivers all the delightfully absurd and hilarious joke writing that a Branhall set always promises. And some other specials on YouTube: Phil Hanley, Ooh La La, and Ari Shaffir, Jew, available right now, like I said, on YouTube. That does it for this week's Joke World Comedy Update. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll be back again next Monday with some more comedy news. But in the meantime, please subscribe to Joke World right now, like this video, comment something for the algorithm. Doesn't matter what it is, just comment something. Maybe comment about the new studio. Do you like the new studio? We got this new sign back here. Shout out to Ted. We got the curtains. We still got the old backdrop available, so we might still do some videos from there. But, you know, still setting up this spot, figuring out the lighting. We're going to get some cool interviews with some comedians that are on tour in this spot. So a lot of good things coming down the pipe from Joke World. Turn on the post notifications if you don't want to miss anything. Thank you so much for watching. Check us out on Instagram. Thank you for watching. I already said that. That's 3 thank yous. You get 3 thank yous for watching Joke World videos. How many other times are other people thanking you? Probably not 3. Thank you again. That's 4. Okay, bye.